Okay, so let's see if I can keep what I can get done in there. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is using washes, right? And one of the ways we could use a wash is to use the concept of a silhouette. Okay? Silhouettes. Now, what I want to talk about first is there are what I would call a positive silhouette, a negative silhouette, and a broken silhouette. And if you want, you could say a partial silhouette, but okay. So silhouettes are actually one of the shapes that we understand the most. What I mean by that is we recognize silhouettes really fast. We start recognizing our parents and other objects with a silhouette before we ever start picking out all the little subtle things. Because guess what? When we're little, we don't see all that little stuff. We see the whole thing. So a box that we're seeing in real life might better be understood this way, right? But a positive silhouette, we oftentimes we'll see the silhouette of that before we recognize the individual parts of the different sides. So I'm going to do 3 little boxes here really quick. Okay, so, man, I'm picking the biggest, fattest brush I've got. I do that a lot. But a positive silhouette is probably the one that we recognize the quickest. There's the positive silhouette. Now, we start off painting it like that. When it dries, then we can paint darker sides on them by putting an extra layer on. Makes a lot of sense. The negative silhouette is a little different, but we're used to that one as well. It's just empty, right? It's all the stuff around the object. That makes sense, right? Now, the partial silhouette is like what we see out in regular life. You know, there might be a background around the box. Maybe it's sitting on a table, right? So we might see something like that. There's a partial silhouette, the background behind the box. Maybe this side of the box is a little darker. Suddenly, have I got the whole box? No, but I've got what I would think of as pieces of silhouettes going together to make something work. And if I then come in, when I'm done with that, I don't have to paint, you know, I can probably come in and erase the pencil lines and you'll still sort of see the box. And that's normal, for normal life, that's sort of normal. So what I'd like you guys to do, and by the way, a silhouette does not have to be the same color everywhere, as long as it's consistently, that we can sort of see the shape of it. I mean, this could start off red and get purple, or this one could start off red and get orange, and then maybe yellow. And it doesn't even have to be completely the same. it's still a positive silhouette because it's still all self-contained, but now I've got more information. Okay? So what I want you to do is to think about the idea of creating images using a silhouette, whether it's a positive or a negative or a broken or partial silhouettes, broken silhouettes, however you want to think about them. So here I've got this round bottle, and I can come down and go, okay, then it's, you know, and I don't have to be perfect at this getting started. My color is not perfect, but this is essentially a solid or positive silhouette. It's the object. Or maybe I just want to do it this way. Now, I am going to intentionally do the broken kind, but do some of all of them. And I'm apparently being clumsy tonight. I noticed that earlier. So obviously what I've done here is I've got this, we can sort of see a bottle happening even though I'm doing, like I said, I'm being kind of clumsy this evening. Try that again. Maybe I'll be a little bit better at it. Now, sometimes you can do bits and pieces. Let me try coming around this side. Maybe I'll be a little better at it. Oh, my lines are clumsy. That's the biggest problem.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
The idea that you do not have to have the whole thing.
It's like magic. You can do it. Right.
It is essentially, if you think about it, what you're doing, you know, if you're doing a cup, right? And you've got a handle over here that comes off, gets partially hidden, right? Because it's behind. And it's got a foot on it. And it's got a lip. Okay? So when you're done, you don't have to leave the pencil lines in because you can erase those afterwards if you want.
Does it pick up the paint if you erase them?
What?
Does it pick up the paint?
If they're underneath the paint. If it's one layer of paint, you can usually get all the pencil off because it's sticking up through the paint. But if you have 2 or 3 layers of paint, what ends up happening is some of the graphite begins to float up into the glue, and it gets stuck like the paper. Like
And then it picks that up.
it might pick up some of it. It won't pick up all of it, but the granules of graphite are larger than the granules of paint. So you might paint on the inside of that cup there, a partial silhouette. You then might pick up and say, okay, I need to come up out here. Is it the table? No, but I'm just picking up Is it the shadow? No, but I'm just painting the outside of the shape. It might not hurt if I can imagine that's part of the shadow and use it to my advantage that way. But then I can come in over here and go, okay, now I'm going to do the positive shape. A different color. How about that? That's better. Now I'm doing the positive shape of the bowl, or the cup rather. And I might even be coming in here and doing part of the Now, I'm not being naturalistic with these colors at all. I'm just using what I've got here. Then there's the outer lip, and then there's where the handle starts to come off. And then there's a little bit of space between the handle and the background. So this is a broken silhouette. Trying to get around to that cup a little bit. Is it making some sense?
Yeah.
And we use it a lot. You know, okay, if this is shadow, then why is this side lighter? Oh snap, I screwed that up. I should have done it another way. But that's okay, because, you know, I could say, well, you know, yeah, I can use a different color for the shadow on that. And I might even use that same color on the inside. And now I'll use it on the outside for part of the shadow. But the thing is, this is breaking the things up into pieces that are silhouettes. Positive, negative, broken, or hybrid kind of silhouettes. You can always, once you've got the silhouette of the thing, you can begin to add other pieces in that will make sense in terms of your drawing, your painting, etc. You're welcome. Look, the video should show up on your phone. I'll send the video tonight, but then I'll drop it into an actual.
Perfect. I'm going to practice at home.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So, you know, we will use the silhouette oftentimes as part of the process. As we want to then take it into a fairly naturalistic or realistic looking image. The silhouette is the simplest part of what we're doing, just like it's the thing that we most understand when we're a child, the silhouette of something. But those techniques we were using tonight, we can incorporate those. Okay, make sense?
Yes.
I have some more images of this that I'll send you guys. And we will use this next week as part of our building up our first couple of images. We use mark making, washes, and silhouettes as the beginnings of making an image. Okay?
Impressive. Is this your indigo?